October the 24th, a Sunday in 1926, a beautiful little girl was born. Her mother often recited a poem with the old-fashioned words that said, "The child who is born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay." She had 2 older brothers, so her parents were very pleased that she was a girl. Her father and her grandfather were talented storytellers, and they told her stories. They told her about her long-dead grandmother, Anna, and her parents named her Anna after that beloved grandmother. As she grew up, Anna preferred to be called Anne. In her imagination, she visualized herself as Queen Anne rather than Anna the serving girl. Over the years, she developed a love for drama, like her papa and her grandpa. In her very first play, however, she suffered from a bad case of stage fright. She wrote,
"2 other girls and I were supposed to be pumpkins. I had a pretty orange crepe paper dress that rounded up when I sat on the floor. As the curtain opened, I was to speak the first lines. All went well in the rehearsal, but on the night of the performance, I was so frightened, looking into that horde of bright eyes with nothing else but darkness, that I couldn't speak. After a time, the second pumpkin said my lines, and hers too."
But Anne didn't give up on the stage. She continued to practice and perform in public. She became very skilled at recitation. When she was nearly 15 years old, in October of 1941, Anne recorded a poem she had memorized, "Seeing Things."
I am going to recite Seeing Things at Night by Eugene Fields. I ain't afeard of bugs or toads or worms or snakes or mice. The things that girls are scared of, I think are awful nice. I'm pretty brave, I guess, and yet I hate to go to bed. For when I'm tucked up warm and snug, and when my prayers are said, Mother tells me happy dreams and takes away the light, and leaves me lying all alone, seeing things at night. Sometimes they're in the corner, sometimes they're by the door, sometimes they're all a-standing in the middle of the floor. Sometimes they're sitting down, sometimes they're walking round so softly and so creepy-like they never make a sound. Sometimes they're as black as ink, but other times they're white, but the color ain't no difference when you see things at night. Once when I licked a feller had just moved on our street, and Father sent me up to bed without a bite to eat, I woke up in the night and saw things standing in a row, a-looking at me cross-eyed and pinting at me so. Oh my, I was so scared that time I never slept a mite. It's almost always when I'm bad I see things at night. Lucky thing I ain't a girl or I'd be scared to death. But being I'm a boy, I just duck my head and hold my breath. And then I'm oh so sorry I'm a naughty boy. And then I promise to be better and I say my prayers again. Grandma tells me that's the only way to make it right when a feller has been wicked and see things at night. And so when other naughty boys would coax me into sin, I try to squash that tempter's voice that urges me offense. And when they eyes for supper, or taste as big and nice, I want to, but I don't pass my plate for them things twice. No, brother let starvation wipe me slowly out of sight. Then I should keep a-living on and seeing things at night.
In high school and college, she continued her interest in drama, performing in plays and giving many public readings. Anne married and began her family. She shared her drama and public speaking talents and performed occasionally in church and community. But the main outlet for her wonderful voice was in her family. Anne's children loved her sweet voice. They delighted in her ability to recite poems and read stories. Her 10 children grew up, married, and had families of their own. Her grandchildren also loved to hear her read to them. She even recorded a storybook for them to listen to when she wasn't there.
Hi, kids. This is your Grandma Whitney. I thought I'd like to read you some stories out of your storybook.
Even after her death in 1981, Anne's voice is still heard far and wide through a great posterity as well as other sources. Anne had a strong testimony of Jesus Christ that she frequently shared in both church and home settings. In April 1990, this story was published in an international church magazine.
One Sunday morning, as Janelle Gale, a nurse at a large hospital, was planning her patient's care for the day, she heard an announcement over the intercom about church services for patients. One woman, Anne, told Janilee that she would like to attend the LDS service. Janilee quickly changed Anne's linen and combed her hair. Although Anne was in constant pain, she didn't complain. Some brethren wheeled her bed to the meeting, and Janilee turned her attention to other patients. Several days later, Anne buzzed for Janilee. When Janilee responded, Anne took her hand and said, "I just wanted to thank you for helping me get to church last Sunday. I haven't been for a while because I've been so ill. When I partook of the sacrament," she paused and then continued, "I felt God's Spirit, and I just knew that Christ is my Savior."